El Cortez is not a message movie. It's not about his disability. It's, you know, about this man with certain personality traits thrown into a film noir story. What I found amazingly intriguing about the role of Manny was that this guy is the hero. He is the romantic lead, and yet he has these character quirks. He has these idiosyncrasies that make him a character role, make it that, I think, much more interesting for me and for the audience. You have someone who is very pure of heart, whose intentions are good, and who has a moral, you know, backbone, you know, to deal with the world. And so for me, in applying that to Manny, it was really about committing to the performance physically and mentally, but making sure that he remained real and alive, and that it wasn't this sort of by rote, you know, characterization. With someone on the autistic spectrum, there are certain behaviors, there are certain idiosyncrasies that, you know, you have to master and make second nature, so that you're not acting them. I turn to my dear friends, Dr. Doreen Grant-Pichet and Stefan Denacher, who founded the Center for Autism and Related Disorders in Los Angeles. And strangely enough, right about this time, they had asked me to be the spokesperson for ACT Today, which is Autism Cure and Treatment Today. They were invaluable in helping me break down the script, but also providing me with a man about my age who was high-functioning autistic. He holds down a job. He's had a girlfriend. He had this warm, wonderful, you know, sense of humor.
You're funny. I couldn't tell right away. You always look so serious.
I have lots of responsibilities.
So it was an immediate immersion into trying to wrap my mind around how Manny thought.
Front desk, Manny speaking.
So all of these things informed Manny's mental process. It's almost like a light switch going on and off. He is removed from what he is doing physically, and which is why he has this night and day, you know, reaction when something, you know, very violent has gone down, and yet he is not affected by the residue of that violence. He's like, well, okay, well, let's just move on.
No, I'm going to take care of this.
For the first part of the film, you're not sure what period you're in, and Manny, you know, is isolated in time. You know, he feels like a 50s more character. I worked very closely with, you know, with Steven to develop that physical, you know, appearance. And I have to say that the rehearsals, you know, were a huge safety net for me, because, you know, I'm scared shitless that the other actors are gonna think I'm nuts. They're gonna, what's Lou doing, you know? And, you know, I mean, James McDaniel was at one point, use your arms, move your arms when you walk, you know? So it was wonderful to have this week of table readings and of getting it up on its feet to not only help myself, you know, feel my way through this physical performance, but to acclimate the other actors. You know, like Bruce White's across the table going, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting what Lou's doing there. You know, and Tracy has got to do love scenes with this guy. It's like, that's how you're gonna do it? Okay. All right, you know, so it took them a while, I think, because I don't think, you know, they had any idea, you know, how far I was going to go with this, you know. So the rehearsal really helped us all get on the same page, and Glenn, you know, Glenn, who is such a reactive actor, you know, is you know, you could just see his mind working all the time, even when we got to the filming where he would go, okay, yeah, you're gonna do that, all right, well, you do that, brother, I'm gonna do this, you know, and would just throw stuff back at me because of things that I was throwing at him, and it was, you know, it was a great process. Ultimately, you know, I put a lot of faith and a lot of trust in Steven, saying, all right, you know, listen, man, you know, don't let me fall on my face here. You know, I'm going to trust you to help me gauge this performance and figure out how far we can go, and you know, what works and what doesn't.
Oh, yeah, fine. You yell at me when the cameras aren't on. You come over here and act all nice now. Where's the you stupid, worthless piece of actor comments that, you know, happen when the camera's not on?
We're at the wall.
There's no need to feel down.